Kamen Rider! Black!
What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks, aka Kamen Rider fan freaks, coming at you today with another figure review. And today we got a big and exciting one for you today. Today we are taking a look at the Hot Toys Kamen Rider Black from 1987. So for those that did watch the box day for this, I got the Hot Toys Kamen Rider Black and the Shadow Moon from the 1987 series Kamen Rider Black. Really excited to add these to the collection from Sideshow Collectibles. And what awesome figures these are. They come in beautiful boxes. They come with some nice accessories. They look great. There's like always mixed feelings with Hot Toys out there, I believe. You know, I'm not really big into Hot Toys just because it's kind of an expensive market. I mean, it's kind of up there with X Plus and everything like that. But the way I like to label Hot Toys is you get the X Plus accuracy of, like, you know, the suits and the details and stuff. Plus you get some like Tamashii Nations type articulation. Now, not as good as Tamashii Nations type articulation, but that is the best way I can describe Hot Toys. Is you got X Plus style of a figure with Tamashii Nations type articulation. But again, like I said, it's a mixed market. Some people like them, some people don't. You know, some people are mixed, like others, these good things. But for the price point that these are, and the way Sideshow Collectibles has their website set up on how you pay, it actually wasn't as bad as I was thinking. So it was actually pretty simple for me to obtain both Black and Shadow Moon, which Shadow Moon will be the figure review after this one. But we're going to be taking a look at Kamen Rider Black first. Again, you have a very beautiful front cover of the box, which is just the sleeve. You know, you turn it on its side, you have, you know, Kamen Rider Black, Kamen Rider Black. On the back, you have all your legal jargon and who's involved with the figure and mumbo jumbo and everything. You take that sleeve off because that is just the sleeve. Then you are left with this very red maroon type box. You have the belt driver down below. You can see my reflection. And this is where the figure would be. Of course, I usually trash a lot of my boxes. I probably will be keeping like the front covers of these and everything like that. But as far as the shell casings and everything inside, that stuff just takes up way too much room. So I have a little storage place that I put all my accessories and everything like that, and little baggies and everything, and have them sorted and separated. That way all these boxes aren't just taking up half of my collection. On the back side, you have another really nice side profile headshot of the figure. Just looks really, really good. Might even turn this and the front cover of the other one into like little posters and stuff, because they are really, really cool. But that, to get the box out of the way, that's enough about that. Let's take a look at this awesome figure itself. Here is Kamen Rider Black from Hot Toys. Really, really cool figure. Again, I have the camera kind of zoomed out because, again, he's really, really tall. You're looking like, again, he fits in centimeter-wise. He'll probably fit in with like a 30-centimeter scale, you know, Godzilla figures, just to give you guys like a size reference scale. These are 1/6 scale. So again, they're pretty tall. They're really nice. But man, does Kamen Rider Black here look awesome. He has some features and gimmicks that I'll get into a little bit later. But first, we're going to go off of paint. We're going to go off of paint and color on this guy, which is just absolutely fantastic. Let me go ahead and zoom the camera back in here. That way we get a good, nice, solid look. Start from the head down. So Kamen Rider Black here, you have a very nice, shiny, glossy painted helmet. Very nice black, very nice line work with the reds and the yellows. His antenna up at the top of his head, a very nice silver with a little dab of red. And you want to be careful with the antenna. Hot Toys does give you a spare set of antenna just in case this guy does take a tumble, but just so you know, these are not very flexible. They will snap and break. The silver on the face, very nice. I even like the little weathering paint that they did. It just looks beautiful. Of course, you got the big red crimson eyes, more silver and a red line done on the helmet, which just, again, it's clean, it looks nice. The yellow here, along with the red and everything, really, really nice. The black symbol on the chest looks really good. Again, he's Kamen Rider Black. He's basically all black throughout. You've got a really nice silver belt driver here with some reds and greens and stuff and whatnot in it. Again, you have more of that line work with the reds and the yellows along the wrists. His under part cybernetic parts here are a very nice kind of brown with black mixed in. And that goes for up here at the shoulders. His shoulder pads and his knee pads and stuff are kind of more of like a mat, and they're all stuck on via Velcro. So you can easily remove these off. That way you can kind of pose him how you want and then stick those back on how they see fit. Same thing with the shoulders up here, all on via Velcro. A very nice silver part here that's actually kind of faded with a little bit of like a reddish color, so it looks really, really nice. Spoiler, light up. But I mean, from head to toe, this guy is just clean. He looks great. Again, all the line work is really, really clean on this guy. He just looks fantastic. As far as detail goes, your Kamen Riders, they're really simple with detail. Again, it's basically kind of like just a humanoid type bodysuit. You know, as far as detail goes, the symbol here on his chest is, there's a proper word for it, but it's indented. It's just not slapped on there. There's, you know, detail feel to it. Again, you have all the detail in his belt driver. That's really, really nice. All his different sculpted hands, you have great finger detail, knuckle detail. You know, all of these parts in here for his, you know, joint cybernetic parts, just really nice painted and detailed, if I can get it to focus at all. Just looks really, really good. Again, the face, the mouth, all of that just looks absolutely phenomenal. All the detail wise. And again, I've heard mixed things about these figures, but you know what? If you don't mess with them too much and you don't strain the joints, as you guys can see, kind of like similar to the Tamashii Nations SH Figure Arts figure review I did of Kamen Rider Black, they kind of just hide the joint there by using those cybernetic, you know, underbody part. And so you got, you know, it's all just that one piece. Same thing with like the elbows and stuff. It's all just one underbody suit. Same thing with the legs down here. You know, it's like he's an action figure wearing a suit. Because you have these suit accuracy details. You know, it's going to crinkle when he bends, you know. And again, I've heard some people have mixed feelings on this. Some people are worried about, you know, over time, if these are going to, you know, rip, tear apart, you know, if they're going to rip at all or anything like that. And I could maybe see that happening. But you know what? As long as you take care of your figures and you don't let dust accumulate on them, I don't think you're really going to have to worry about the stitching coming apart or any of this cracking or ripping. As long as you're not like, you know, going crazy with your figures, you know, whatever. Twist those arms, twist those legs, 360, let's go, woo! You know, your figure's going to be fine. Again, like if you're a collector and you're collectors of hot toys, you're going to take care of your figures regardless because these things are expensive, you know. They are expensive, so you want to take care of them. You don't want to be rough with them. So, overall, though, really great, solid figure for detail and paint. Articulation on this guy. Again, the head, you can look up You can look down very, very far. You can look left. You can look right. You can get some head tilt action, you know, because he's got the head joint there, and then it also another joint here at the neck base. So really good head articulation. Shoulders, you can move outwards, downwards. You can move forward, backward, very nice. And again, you can remove this shoulder piece here if that helps you with the articulation, and then just slap it back on there because, again, held on by Velcro. Not really a bicep swivel, but there is a little bit of a turn in there. But again, you don't want to turn and twist it too much because then you can see it kind of starting to wrench on that underbody there. So again, you don't want to go too crazy with it. But still really good rotation there. Elbow joints. Really good elbow joints. You can get a really nice elbow bend out of them. Not much of like a forearm swivel, as more or less this just kind of rotates at the underbody sculpt, you know, that's underneath there. So you can kind of rotate that a little bit. Wrists are on a ball joint hinge, so you can get some nice, you know, tilts out of them. You can rotate them however you see fit. Whatever you want to do. Decent hand articulation. He does have a waist joint, but again, you're only going to get maybe so much. You really don't want to force it because you don't want to rip or tear anything. But he gets a little bit of a waist joint in there. Not too much of an ab crunch. Again, you're limited, but for what it is, it's not too terrible. Legs. You can kick forward, not too crazy much. Again, you're limited by this whole body, this whole rubber piece right here. You are limited by that a little bit, but you can get some decent ranges. Knees, really nice bend at the knees though. Really nice bend at the knees. Again, you can kind of rotate and swivel the thighs a little bit, but again, not much. Ankles, you got some ankle pivots going on. You can get some ankle pivots, rotation. You can tilt the toes down. You can tilt the toes up. Really, really nice though. Forgot to add the added detail to the top of the boot there. Really, really nice. So again, decent humanoid type. If I really had to compare it to something, think of like old school, maybe G.I. Joe. Like the G.I. Joe figures that were like the Barbie dolls for boys. You know, that's kind of what you're looking at with this guy. Almost that same scale, that same humanoid type body, and pretty much almost that same type of articulation. It's the best way to describe it. So really decent all the way around. Again, you got things that are held on by Velcro. You got the knee pads. You got these shoulder pads here that are held on by Velcro. I mean, Hot Toys does a really, really good job. On to accessories, though. Let me go ahead and just get him off to the side here. If he wants to stand for me, he might not. Sometimes you gotta, just because the weight is weird with these guys, I'm just gonna lean him up against the wall. That way he's fine. But accessories, you do get a stand. The stand is actually really nice. Kamen Rider black in the Japanese kanji. Then you have the logo for the show and everything. And then a nice kind of like concrete. You got these red streak lines. And then this you can undo from the base, but this is just the stand. This is just the stand that he comes with. A very nice sturdy stand. It even has like a little clamp. You can raise or lower this however you see fit. So he comes with a very nice base and a stand. He comes with, of course, tons of pairs of hands. So you got all the different hands you can think of. I kind of got his like main pose hands on right now, but he has another like gripping hand. And again, that paint and detail on each one is very, very nice. Let's see, you got some chopping hands here. So you got some really good chopping hands. And again, just that paint and the detail just look great. Let's see. He's got some other kind of open, you know, grip, not grip type hands, but, you know, battle ready pose hands. Of course, you have your basic fists for punching and everything. You have some other relaxed open hands. And then you have a gripping hand that you can have him hold a sword from another figure if you want, or something. And then, of course, he has that open gripping hand, and then his other hand that he comes with is the specialized, you know, one of his pose hands, basically. Almost like a special beam cannon type hand for those Dragon Ball Z fans out there. He does come with an accessory for his foot, so you can pose him doing the Rider kick, which again, just like the Hot Toys Kamen Rider Black Sun figure that I have, these accessories are just amazing. Like, even though they're translucent plastic, man, the way that they shine and everything, they almost look like blown glass at first. So beautiful. But you can pose him doing his Rider kick. And then he does come with a fist accessory, so you can replicate Rider punch. Let me see here. Another cool thing about Hot Toys, they give you extra ball joints, which is nice, just in case anything snaps or breaks. This guy did have batteries included, which was really, really cool. And then you do have your spare set. I just kind of have them wrapped up in the tape that was holding them down, but you do have a spare set of antenna. And now, on to the fun parts, right? We want to see the light up gimmicks. All right. So the first light up gimmick is what the batteries are for. Now, I wish that these guys were similar to the Kamen Rider Black Sun that I had. That I had, not past tense. I still have it. But to where you just have to plug in this USB-C, I believe is what it's called. Again, I'm not really good with texts and cords and stuff like that, but he has one of these as well. It not only lights up his belt, though, it lights up the eyes. I wish that Kamen Rider Black here and Shadow Moon were the same, but they're not. The batteries that he comes with, they're the little tiny cylinder type batteries. You have to unscrew this up here, and you got to put them up here. And then the switch for it is very, very tiny underneath the head lip there, to where I have to get like a little tiny flathead screwdriver, and I gotta go under there. Let me take him off camera here for a second. And you just gotta kind of slide it over, and then it turns on the LED, and then you just slide the head over like so, and then boom, you got light up eyes. And now I have my very long USB-C cord. We're going to plug that into the back here. And then see if I can get him to stand. And now, this little tool comes with both Shadow Moon and Kamen Rider Black here. You have one of these little tools here, which is like a little magnet switch. And it works on both figures, so you really only need one. So if you end up getting both of these like I did, you end up having an extra just in case. But there's a little switch in the belt here that you can't press or nothing. You have to magnetize it, and it switches on. And the way that starts up is so cool. And again, that little thing just keeps spinning. So you got light up eyes, a light up belt driver, And these things are just too cool. So a really, really, really cool figure. I did notice though, if you have the eyes on for a little bit, that LED, it doesn't lose power, but it eventually like dims. It starts off really bright and then it just like dims over time. I've noticed you still get a really nice light up effect. At first I thought I had faulty batteries, but then when I switched it off and then turned it back on, it ended up doing the same thing. So it's like you have a really bright LED for the light at first, like if you're going to go take pictures or photographs of this guy, but just know that it does dim over time. But the belt, that belt is, oh man, that light up feature there, the way it just spins around, that is so cool. And again, you just take your little magnet switch, boop, you just tap it. You don't even have to tap it. You just get it close. And there you go. But again, I just wish that the USB-C plugged in, it did the eyes and the belt. It's kind of annoying that you have batteries up here because I'm one of those that I'm kind of self-conscious about batteries. And I try to remember what I have batteries in because you never want to leave batteries in for too long. Because then, you can have corrosion, battery acid. And then the whole thing's basically ruined. So I got to be conscious that there are batteries in these guys' heads. See, as you can see right now, I want to see it's even dimmed down a little bit than when I first turned it on. But even with the light, at least you can... What if I turn off this light? You really can't even tell. So you have to totally... But see, really nice light up though, overall. Looks great. Let me just take that off. And then I'll give you guys an example here on camera if I can. And you just gotta find that switch and switch it off. And that's basically it. Get that unplugged. And that about does it, you guys, for this figure review. Really awesome figure, though, of Kamen Rider Black. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. I'm just gonna wrap it up there. That's about it. Really awesome figures though. If you're on the fence about Hot Toys, that's okay. They're not for everybody. Again, they're expensive. But for getting into Kamen Rider recently, and then these guys being, released and everything, and available for me to pick up through Sideshow, I really want to get the Battle Hopper because they are coming out with the Battle Hopper for this guy. This guy specifically. It's from Hot Toys. It scales with him. I really want to get that Battle Hopper, but I just don't know if the budget's going to be there yet. But I really want to get the Battle Hopper. Kamen Rider Amazon from 1974 was also announced. Really excited to eventually pick that up. He doesn't come out till next year, though, so plenty of time to place that order. But the Battle Hopper comes out like summertime this year, so I don't have much time left to pre-order a Battle Hopper. So if I get one, I get one. If I don't, I'll survive. But without further ado, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks, aka Kamen Rider Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Atomic Blast, Rider kick that like button. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook and Instagram. And without further ado, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks, Kamen Rider Fan Freaks, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Banana oil.